when lives are on the line.
Are there any obvious injuries?
These men and women will risk theirs
The lad who was driving got blood coming out of his face.
to save yours.
RTC trap.
They deal with the most serious injuries.
The patient is described as bleeding heavily.
Directly below his ear. There's a lot of blood there.
The most critical illnesses.
The reports of a male who's in cardiac arrest, and without any action, the patient will die.
The two Yorkshire Air Ambulances cover Britain's biggest county.
He's fallen 30 foot from the roof.
Oh yeah. He's got a big cut to his head.
5 million people rely on them
All right, sorry, sweetheart.
to deliver cutting-edge emergency medicine
We're just going to go to sleep. He's not looking particularly good.
at high speed.
If you can activate your major hemorrhage protocol.
Every day brings high stakes.
Downtime is about 20 minutes. We've just got a ROSC.
He got no pulse when I arrived. Started CPR straight away.
The outlook for this gentleman is very uncertain and he may well die, unfortunately, because of his brain injury.
High risks.
Head-on car with 3 females, driver hurting all over.
It's at the right, but it's spreading across.
Pulse has gone from about 110-ish down to about 60.
And high drama.
Sounds like his friends have pulled him out of the water, but he's really, really cold.
He slipped straight away, bashed his head. He's got a big gap in his right temple. You see so much blood under that brick there.
It's a Thursday morning, and in Bradford, emergency services are racing to reach a man who's trapped underneath his own car. Firefighters and the ambulance service's hazardous area response team are seconds away.
Fine, got it.
Helimed 98 is about to join the race.
Doors and harnesses.
Close secure. Close and secure back.
Close secure front left. Fuel.
Back up keys there, 501.
With Dr. Neil and paramedics Andy and Rachel on board.
The incident we've been tasked to is a gentleman is trapped under a vehicle that's crushed him when the car jack has failed, unfortunately. And the crews are on scene as we're en route have reported that he's not breathing and is still trapped. So there's obviously the potential, from the information we've given, that this chap has got very significant life-threatening injuries. It may be that he can't breathe because he's physically trapped and crushed and squashed by the car and the collapsed jack. So the priority is to obviously release the patient from the entrapment and then to treat his medical problems in order of priority.
Pilot Elaine will have her medical team there in 3 minutes. Seconds count.
It looks like it's on the bend. There's a playing field opposite where all the resources have parked over.
Element 98. Roger, thanks for that, Lee. Plainfield bed.
Yeah, lovely. I did.
Resources. Without listening to my wife, I just plucked out the bits that I needed to hear, in case she asks if I understood.
Paramedic Andy lives near the incident and knows the local area.
It's not that long by land from this location either.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I can see the DCA, yeah.
Where is it?
Just behind these trees on this junction.
Yeah, okay.
The traffic's still moving. Very weird. Right, I'll drop you off where the path is, then you know you can get out.
Yeah. When you've got skids down, do you want me to get out
Yeah.
and make sure nobody comes in at disc?
Please go.
Thank you. Landing.
Dr. Neil and Rachel are joining the fight to save the man. And there's some promising news.
Downtime is about 20 minutes. We've just got a ROSC.
In layman's terms, it means the man's heart is beating again.
He's a big fella, so we're just trying to package him at the moment, get a binder on. He's been under for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
The team first on scene have kick-started the victim's heart with a defibrillator.
Yeah, but carry on, don't move out of our way, just do what you're doing.
Their patient is Steve Miller.
We're after a move now.
Go,
Just recording the second BP before we move. We've got stable ROSC, radial pulse.
Are we happy with his chest? We were querying that. I mean, his air sounds all right, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve was repairing his Land Rover Discovery when the jack collapsed. It weighs nearly 3 tons.
I suggest, I'm not going to interfere right now, let's pop him in the DCA.
Yeah.
Head towards Leeds. I can sedate him and or look at his chest while we're en route. Is that okay with everybody?
Time is of the essence. Steve could arrest again at any moment.
If we organise it so there's 3 each side, a lift.
We got good access.
We've got IV and IO.
That's fine.
IO
That's cool.
down here.
I'll give him some rock. I'll paralyse him in a second, but just keep going.
Dr. Neil wants to manually take over his patient's breathing. It will minimise any damage to his brain caused by lack of oxygen.
Where was he trapped?
He's laying on his side,
yeah.
Head into the vehicle.
Yes.
All right, kind of vehicle running down that kind of line.
But across his head?
Not across his head wasn't trapped, across his chest. So if you think at B-post running down, we're probably sat about on his hip or just above.
Steve's rescuers are going to drive him to hospital in Leeds.
Steady.
It will be almost as quick as a flight and give Neil and Rachel more room to work on him. Neil wants to know more about the incident.
So who was the first person here?
We literally pulled up at the same time.
It was you, was it? Okay. Cool. So how was he when you found him?
He was stuck under the car. Pelvis was not under the car. His chest was completely doubled over and his head was not touching the bottom of the car. But he got no pulse when I arrived. 5 crews were literally seconds behind me. Yeah. Got the car up, pulled him out and we started CPR straight away.
We've loaded the patient onto the ambulance because it's going to be quicker to get him from here to the major trauma centre at Leeds than it is to get him from here into the field with a helicopter.
Steve is very badly injured.
Yeah, I'm happy. Are you happy, Rachel?
Yeah, just steady away, guys. Not throw us about too much.
But their patient's heartbeat is strong. He's intubated and unconscious.
Hi, LGI. It's Neil Sandbridge from Helimed 98. I've got a trauma pre-alert for you.
Neil's briefing doctors at the major trauma centre at Leeds General Infirmary.
I've got an estimated 50-year-old unknown male who's been crushed under a vehicle with a presumed hypoxic cardiac arrest. His presenting rhythm was asystole. He's had 15 minutes of CPR and a ROSC. He's intubated with a palpable carotid with a heart rate is about 100 and we haven't managed to get a blood pressure at the moment because he's got a strong carotid. We're coming to you by road and we'll be in about between 15 and 20 minutes. Thank you, bye. His heart started again, so he has a pulse. We can feel that pulse at his wrist, so that means it's a good strong pulse. He's been intubated, so it's been tube into his trachea, into his windpipe, and he's now on a ventilator, which is the orange box. So the ventilator is doing the work of breathing for him. He himself was doing a little bit of breathing as his heart restarted, but that can sometimes be a problem in the sense that he's then trying to breathe against the ventilator and he actually needs a period of rest. So I've paralysed him. The problem here is that he's got a presumed hypoxic brain injury, by which I mean he's had a significant period of time without oxygen going to his brain, and then the subsequent brain injury that will incur. So really our job is to deliver him to hospital in as good a condition as we can. The outlook for this gentleman is very uncertain and he may well die, unfortunately, because of his brain injury.
Steve's arriving at the LGI. The trauma team will take over the fight to save his life. It's vital they know everything about the incident.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a 54-year-old male crushed underneath a Land Rover Discovery on a residential street with the vehicle lying across his chest. He's been unresponsive, apneic and pulseless on arrival of the first ambulance crew on scene and in asystole. He's had 10 or 15 minutes of ALS, intubated and with a ROSC, with a single pre-ROSC dose of adrenaline and requiring no drugs thereafter. I've given him 100 of ROC and 2 of midazolam in divided doses. Heart rate's been sustained at about 120 with a good radial, but we've not had reliable readings off his non-invasive. Thank you very much.
Steve's partner Denise, who has terminal cancer, is being driven to hospital by police. She's been told his life hangs in the balance. In South Yorkshire, a police chase has ended in a head-on smash in the middle of a village outside Doncaster.
What is it?
It is an RTC. 3 patients, I think she said.
Good takeoffs, 1 rate ball.
Pilot Lee's job is to get paramedics Rachel and Matt and Dr. Steve to the scene as soon as possible.
Okay, so engines both to fly.
5 flying guided. Estimated about 6 minutes.
The village is close to Doncaster Airport.
Doncaster radar, hello, patch message. It's H145, 5 on board VFR at 900 feet, 1017, lift out Nostril Priory.
We've just been dispatched to an incident near Doncaster, a road traffic collision. Initial reports are multiple persons injured, one potentially having some breathing difficulties. So the call's still being taken at the moment. Our dispatcher's listening in. But on the early information, that was enough for us to dispatch. So we're probably about 5 minutes away now.
Reports from 999 controllers suggest it's a major impact.
Head-on car with 3 females, driver hurting all over, short of breath, elderly patient and another woman.
You see that church just on the other side of the town? That's pretty much where it is, I believe.
Right, yeah, got it.
Just have a look for blues and twos, just in case it's not there, it's somewhere else. Just keep eyes out in case we're looking for somewhere else. But that's the initial grid.
With this incident being a police chase, clearly people that are trying to evade the police won't be sticking to normal road conditions, so there could be some significant speeds involved.
Just there at your 2 o'clock.
Right, okay, so that's not quite where I thought.
But there's a nice field behind us.
See this little tree here, this little grassy area there? That's probably where I'm going to put you. Yep. If you're alright with that.
Lee's aiming to touch down in the middle of the village.
What about here? There's that
access road.
Road right through to there.
Yeah, what, 3 o'clock later?
Yeah, sure, okay. No, that's a good shout. Yeah, we'll go for that.
Helimed 99 is on final approach.
Tails well clear.
Okay, you're good. We're down. Clear out.
Thank you.
To a scene of devastation. The red van loaded with scrap was being chased when it hit the Ford head-on, then demolished the telegraph pole.
All of a sudden just heard a big bang, came outside and saw this carnage.
A family of 3 were in the car.
Hiya, how are you? You alright?
She's just complaining of some neck pain, also complaining of some chest pain. We've got some quite thick bruises already coming across the shoulder and neck.
The team are splitting up to check all 5 casualties.
We're just going to have a look at these in pub. Yeah, we just got a couple of patients, one crew dealing with a couple, Rachel was just dealing with another walking wounded. We're just going to go into a pub and deal with a couple that have kind of self-extricated, and we'll get back to you shortly.
This is Olivia. She was driving the Ford car.
Yeah.
Head on with it.
Yeah.
19-year-old Olivia Steeper was giving her mum and gran a lift back from lunch.
What we've got is a little bit of pain just in here, sort of centrally. But she has been able to touch her chin onto her chest.
Okay.
A bit of pain around this side of the shoulder.
Yeah.
On the back there.
2 of the team's patients are under arrest. One is a teenager whose mother has arrived on scene.
One of the doctors from the Air Ambulance, called Steve. Right. So what's been going on?
Whereabouts?
Show me where it hurts.
Is it there? There, I can feel my arm moving, but this part is moving. I think it's clicked out.
Olivia's gran, Linda, is being sent to hospital by road. It's feared she has a spinal injury.
Right, we're going to lay you back now, okay? I've got you.
Yeah, okay.
Rest back, okay? Yeah. Rest back, nice and slow. Okay? Right.
Linda's been strapped to a rigid scoop stretcher to protect her spine. It was a big impact. The truck weighed 3 tons.
Can you feel me touching your fingers there?
No.
Does that feel numb?
Yeah, it's all numb.
Okay, that's fine.
Please don't touch me arm.
I'll try not to. I need to examine it to see what's going on. So up here, is that sore?
Yeah, it's all killing me. It's killing me from there to there.
Steve's patient, who the police think was in the vehicle they were pursuing, is just 14.
Collarbone, how's that?
It's not as bad. It's not hurting as bad. My arm's just hurting.
Okay.
I just had a pain going through it. That's where
The teenager's story is that he was crossing the road when he was caught up in the carnage. The police aren't so sure. In the pub, Olivia's condition is deteriorating.
It's ongoing. Pulse has gone from about 110-ish down to about 60. So, and we've got, I'm just going to do another BP now. She's got some abdo pain, which she says seems to be spreading a little bit.
This young man said that he wasn't in the vehicle when it crashed.
Video of him coming out.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
Video from the pursuing patrol car proves the teenager's account is untrue.
It just makes our job a bit more difficult, really, because we don't always get the truth out of them, so we don't always know what actually happened, which can obviously impact on the way that we treat our patients.
But Steve's patient is sticking to his account.
Did you have a seatbelt on when it crashed then, mate? Or?
One did it. There's one I was not in that lorry.
Okay, okay. My police colleagues say they've got video of you coming out the lorry. It's just so we can assess your injuries. It's really important. I'm nothing to do with the police. I'm just here to look after you. Okay then.
Concern is growing about Olivia. Her blood pressure is dropping. It could be a sign of a serious internal injury.
What do we call you?
Olivia.
Olivia. Olivia, have you still got that pain in your tummy?
Yeah.
Yeah, which side is it?
It's at the right, but it's spreading across.
It is it? Still there now?
Yeah.
All right. Does it feel quite severe?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
9 out of 10 it's
My knee worse.
Do you mind if I just have a quick look at your tummy? You all right with that?
That's fine.
Paramedic Matt fears the impact may have caused internal bleeding.
Olivia, what we're going to do is we're going to step you onto that stretcher, all right? We're going to get you kind of flat and see how you feel once you're flat, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
She's going to be flown to the regional trauma centre for scans and x-rays.
Hi there, it's Matthew, one of the paramedics off the Air Ambulance. We're going to bring a patient to you from Doncaster. She's been driver head-on, quite high-speed impact with a flatbed wagon.
She may have fractured her pelvis.
Now unable to mobilise, pulse of 60.
Dr. Steve will be flying with her. He's doing his best to put his passenger at ease.
Olivia, you've been flying before?
No.
It's Lee's first time too. Everybody got a bit ready, steady lift. No, he did really well with his colouring in task, so we think he'll be okay.
I'll shut my eyes.
Yeah, he does that too.
Thankfully, Olivia shares the same sense of humour.
Okay, just watch your heads in, guys.
Keep hold it back.
Dr. Steve fears his patient's injuries could be serious.
Good. Yeah.
3 generations of the same family in the car, mum, daughter and grandmother. They've been dealt with. We'll be flying the young lady, the driver, the daughter, to Northern General in Sheffield because of her injuries. She's got a very sore abdomen and has dropped her blood pressure. Now this might just be because of the morphine, the painkillers we've given her, but it can be a sign of internal bleeding. Everything else is pretty stable with her, but we're just playing on the safe side and getting her to the major trauma centre.
Police are escorting the teenager from the van to A&E. Once his arm is in plaster, he'll be heading off for questioning.
The young gentleman I was attending to initially claimed that he wasn't actually in the van when it crashed. Our colleagues from the police have confirmed that because they were chasing it at the time, they've got video footage of him exiting the van, so even when confronted with this, he still denies being in the vehicle.
So Northern Gen, wasn't it?
Aye.
Sure I'm going to the right place.
The team will have Olivia in Sheffield in less than 10 minutes.
Doncaster radar, Helibed 99 Alpha, hello.
Helibed 99 Alpha, Doncaster radar, very good HQ, sir.
We're now 6 on board, 300 feet 1216, just listening from the incident at the Electro Services VRP en route to Northern General Hospital. Basic service route and out of the CTR will be not above 500 feet initially.
99 to Red Escort, lifted route in order.
The lady was in a Ford KA, which is a very small, compact car. Great for economy and popping around town. Unfortunately, you don't have a lot of metal work around you if involved in a collision. Fortunately, nowadays with airbags and safety systems within cars, they're a lot safer than they used to be. But even so, when in collision with a van which was fully loaded with scrap metal in the back, the transference of force is significant.
Olivia's morning started with her taking her mum and gran out for a lunch. But now, they are all en route to hospital.
That was very smooth.
New aircrew paramedic Rachel is a fan of Lee's flying.
99 to Red Escort landed. Do you know, that might actually have been the smoothest landing I've ever had. So you've just like blown every other pilot out of water?
You're welcome.
In the next hour, Olivia is heading straight to resus, then x-rays. The results could be life-changing.
Ambulance, is the patient breathing?
Is the patient conscious?
OK, tell me exactly what happened.
Another 999 call is coming in.
If you just stay on the line and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, OK?
Every year in the UK, 6,000 people die in accidents at home, and nearly 3 million end up in A&E.
Elevate 9 Alpha Lead. 145 just lifted nostril with 5 on board. We're outbound to Todmorden requesting a basic service.
Today, paramedic Lee and Dr. Chris have been scrambled to a town in the Pennines.
So we're just en route to an incident in the Todmorden area. It's reports of a 75-year-old patient who's apparently had a fall downstairs or has had a fit which has made them fall downstairs. The crew on scene have asked us to attend because the patient's very combative, very agitated. This could be a sign of a severe head injury. It could also be lots of other things, for example, if they had a fit and they're recovering from that, or any infection. So these patients can be really challenging because the cause isn't always completely obvious. But we should be there in about 3 or 4 minutes and we can assess further.
The woman has been rescued by a local ambulance crew, who have already begun her treatment.
98 from AirDesk. They're in a position now to load the patient. They would like to rendezvous with you at the cricket pitch.
Todmorden is a long drive from the nearest major trauma centre. The speed of the helicopter could be critical in this case.
AirDesk from Helmet 98, we've landed cricket pitch.
The arrival of the air ambulance often draws a curious crowd.
Just mind out the way for us, guys. I think that's probably for us.
But well-meaning locals can get in the way.
So we've got an ambulance that's just going to pull in here. Is that all right? If we can.
Dr. Chris and paramedic Sam want to assess the patient.
Hiya. Hi, mate. You all right? Hello. You all right?
I am. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Sam. This is Chris. Hello, sir.
Pensioner Penny Stokes has a massive head wound. Her husband Kevin found her.
Penny was going downstairs to find some coin for a newspaper. I was upstairs, so I didn't see her, but she had a seizure and she makes a loud noise when she has a seizure. So she's fallen down the bottom half of the staircase.
Penny's incoherent, and paramedics haven't been able to examine her properly.
Don't know whether it was post-seizure or pre-seizure. Unknown number of steps. She's sustained a nasty laceration to left side of the head. It's pretty much front to back. Him down. Couldn't see any visible skull fractures, but again, Penny was quite hard to assess. Quite agitated, trying to pull stuff off herself.
Sam fears other injuries. Penny's had epilepsy since she was a teenager.
She's went through the normal process of recovery, so she's been talking to me, but she's complaining about her back, so she went belly first down the stairs, so I don't know whether she's done any damage to her back at all, but if she went belly first, it was probably less likely, I would think.
Yeah, I think you've got to kind of assume it's going to. She's got a traumatic head injury as well. So Leeds is definitely the best place to go.
She's going to be flown to Leeds General Infirmary. Penny's injuries could be life-changing. Her seizure happened when she was halfway down the stairs.
I said she's gone quite a number of weeks without one, so I was really happy about that. But if she gets stressed, then she just tends to react to it.
Chris thinks Kevin might be the therapy Penny needs most now.
Jeff, husband's with her, who's a little bit anxious. I think he'd like to travel. He does settle her being able to talk to her.
She's nervous about a long journey to hospital.
You know as well as I do that sort of Todmorden's quite a long way away from Leeds. We'll go in the helicopter because it's going to be a lot quicker to get you there. Okay.
They're going to fly her 30 miles to the regional trauma centre.
All right, my dear. Okay, great. We're still going to go head first.
Kevin will be by her side.
Happy?
Just have to lay on your back until we get to the hospital.
You okay?
Yeah. Then we'll be able to get you on your side once you've been x-rayed and things like that, if you're okay.
At the minute she's fairly stable. She's a bit more alert than she was. So she's talking to us, a little bit confused. And the difficulty is, we chat to her husband, who's really helpful because he says she's often like this when she's had a fit. But she does have quite a serious head injury. She's got a huge wound there. So she basically needs a CT scan, so we need to get her to Leeds General Infirmary as quick as we can.
Penny's still in great pain. Pensioners are among the patients most likely to die in domestic accidents.
If you look at the data nationally, the group of patients that we tend to miss are the silver trauma patients. These are patients who are older, generally over the age of 65, and they can have very severe injuries just from a fall from standing. So having to fall down, a flight of stairs, or even a few stairs, I'm quite worried this patient's got serious injury.
Penny's on final approach to Leeds General Infirmary's rooftop landing pad.
And he was all the way down, you're clear to start strapping.
Penny's head wound will need immediate surgery, and the team can't waste any time in getting her to the operating theatre. The majestic Three Peaks tower nearly 3,000 feet over the Yorkshire Dales, and visitors to Ingleborough, Pennygent and Whernside keep the air ambulance busy.
Hello, job for you. Ingleborough.
Helimed 98 is being scrambled with paramedics Paul and Andy on board to a walker who's fallen.
And breathe. We'll go out that way if they let us, and we'll climb up off to the west, weather's good.
They're heading out from RAF Topcliffe, just 5 minutes flying time from the Dales.
I did ask him to set MRT up actually because it sounds like his friends have pulled him out of the water, but he's really, really cold, so it might be a while before a land crew can get there.
The accident has happened near a huge underground cavern called Gaping Gill.
I think he was 60-odd-year-old male, I think.
Got a cut on his head and he's just really cold.
Yeah.
He's been in the river.
The local Fell rescue team are on the way to back up the helicopter. Even though it's late summer, the cold can kill up here.
Concerns at the moment is how serious the head injury is, and also potential for hypothermia. The outside air temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, so there is a risk that it could be coming quite cold quite quickly.
Pilot Colin's a newcomer to the unit, but Paul knows the Dales well.
Yeah, that's Pennygent we've just flown over.
Yep.
And then we've got Ingleborough on the nose.
Whernside's off to the right.
That's Whernside there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can see an orange top.
Yeah, down by the river, happy with that. Okay, we'll come over this high ground, around into wind.
Yeah.
Just got descending ground as we go around.
Roger that.
The accident scene is 2,000 feet above sea level.
Just got those sheep doing that crazy thing. Yep. Oh look, we got Marshalla. Got Marshalla, everyone.
A member of the public who seems to have helicopter marshalling skills is guiding them in.
He's put us that side. What do you reckon?
You're all right there.
Happy there? Yeah, that's not bad, yeah. Good lad. Okay, the back?
Yeah, hold it.
Okay.
This kid knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
They've landed just yards from the casualty.
Hey, you alright? You've done that before?
The marshaller is an ex-soldier who was walking and stopped to help.
That's the party of three. He slipped straight away, bashed his head on his right temple. He's got a big gash in his right temple. You see so much blood just out the stream under that brick there. Feels sick, nauseous. Can't remember today whatsoever.
Okay.
Andy's heading down to their patient. 64-year-old Keith Swarbrick was walking with his wife and sister-in-law.
How are we doing?
He's dazed and bleeding.
Hello.
Thumping head.
What's your name, sir? Keith.
Yeah.
Right, Keith. What's happened?
I haven't a clue.
We had a drink, coffee and a biscuit, and then he obviously, I think, went to get some water. He had a cup in his hand and he slipped there, fell down there, cracked him. Well, you can see where he's cracked his head, down on that, where the water...
We're just at the drop bit.
Yeah,
I've got it.
Went there sideways. Not a minute he wasn't at, then he was grunting, which...
Right,
And
so
then he was
initially he's unconscious, unresponsive.
Keith's symptoms could be a sign of a serious head injury. His wife is understandably worried.
He can't remember anything about today at all, which is not like Keith. Remembers who I am, which was nice.
Keith is lucky to have been looked after by Kevin Smith, whose years in the army gave him crucial first aid training.
Well, I was walking with my partner. I'd been to the top of the mountain there. She stayed down the bottom. As I was descending, she started yelling for me and waving her arms. I thought something's wrong, started running down
and she shouted, "Somebody slipped and fallen." So I got to the top of the edge here, looked down, I could see a gentleman in the water with 2 ladies stood around him.
You know where you are at the moment? You know...
No, in Yorkshire, I think, aren't we?
In Yorkshire, yeah. You're on Ingleton, pretty much. Ingleborough, I should say. All right.
Said he was sick, nauseous, couldn't remember what he'd done all day, how he'd fallen, anything. So I ran back up to the telephone because there was no signal down here. Gave a grid reference of our location, came back down and could see he was then starting to shiver, get cold.
Keith's a retired caretaker who keeps fit hill walking. He was wearing all the right gear, but it's soaking wet.
Once we got this in, then you will start to feel quite a bit warmer quite quickly.
Andy wants to raise his core temperature.
This is like an electric blanket, effectively. Okay, it's just going to help keep you that little bit warmer.
It's vital he's warmed up. The cold makes traumatic injuries harder to treat.
I'm just going to put this on top of you, Keith, all right? Just a bit of extra warmth. If it's a bit heavy for you, let me know, and we'll take it off again, but hopefully I'll keep it a bit warmer, all right, mate?
The electric blanket and the insulated bag they call the Flexalon should soon make him more comfortable.
I'm going to take this off because you're feeling sick. I just want to make sure we're not looking at anything too sinister.
Instead, Keith's condition seems to be getting worse.
When you had a look at the wound, did you feel anything odd about it? Was there any squelching on your fingers or anything? You didn't brush on it? Oh, kiddo.
Fears are growing he may have fractured his skull.
Was there an outward bruise? Did it come out much? A lump on his head?
It's inwards. Inwards.
Oh, kiddo.
If there was a depression in his skull, it could be more serious. The team want him off this peak quickly. But the weather is deteriorating. On Ingleborough, one of Yorkshire's 3 peaks, walker Keith Swarbrick's condition is giving paramedics Andy and Paul cause for concern.
How are you doing, Keith?
Awful.
Feeling awful. Keep that arm nice and still.
His blood pressure has plunged.
Oh, he's not going to radio left. He's finished this one.
Shall we lower him down?
Yeah.
And he's in danger of losing consciousness.
What we're going to do, we're going to get him off this rock and just sit him on the floor for a minute.
We're just, Keith, we're just going to help you to the floor, just get you a bit flatter.
Just going
to help your blood pressure, all right.
Right, mate. Just slide your bum off.
His head injury looks superficial. Now the team aren't so sure.
Right, just lean back onto me. Just relax back.
Well done. Just try and breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. I'll give you a little bit of oxygen as well, because that will perk you up a bit.
Thinking if we try and walk him now, he's going to go down, isn't he?
Without a head scan, they can only go on clues provided by his wife.
He weren't fitting anything like that, was he?
He grunted.
He grunted a bit, did he?
Andy and Paul need help to carry him up to the helicopter safely. And Mountain Rescue are still climbing the peak.
I'm just going to pop this in your ear and just check your temperature. Okay, all right. How are you feeling now you're down and with the oxygen on? Awful. Awful. Are you any better than before?
36.1.
Hypothermia is always a risk in the 3 peaks. Paul wants to keep his patient warm.
The more we can get your wet clothes off, the better you'll feel. I know you'll be a bit cool, but the reason why we've put this tent over you is to keep you warm, all right? You'll soon warm up once we've got all your wet clothing off. Sorry!
At last, Mountain Rescue volunteers are arriving. They are daily lifesavers in the Dales.
Just a bit of your muscle power, guys, if that's all right.
Carry him in the scoop as he's packaged now?
Yeah, we'll just take him as he is. He's warming up a bit. We've stripped him off so he's got no wet clothing on.
They'll make light work of the walk up to the helicopter. It's wet and slippery terrain underfoot, as Keith has discovered.
Keep pushing him on. Keep going a bit more.
Keith's on his way to A&E in Lancaster, 15 miles away. His wife is putting a brave face on.
Do anything to get a lift down, won't you?
He says walking.
He's got young legs yet.
We are good left.
Okay, I'll try and keep the tail off the ground.
They're airborne on the 7-minute flight. Not a second too soon.
North Yorkshire's a beautiful part of the country, but especially when you're high in the hills, you don't know how quickly the weather can change. Cloud can come in quite fast. It has done while we've been on scene. The more prepared you can be, the more likely you are to be able to cope with something if something does go wrong.
Andy is keeping a close eye on his patient.
He's got a nasty laceration to his forehead. He's going to need the wound to be glued or stitched or something.
Keith is improving at last. Now he's off the hill.
Nice and warm, yeah. It's very good. The Gareth and the electric blanket is really good.
X-rays will reveal the truth in the next hour. He may have had a lucky escape. At the Topcliffe Air Base, the air cadets are busy preparing for takeoff. But the crew of Helimed 98 are grounded. There's a mechanical problem with the helicopter, and engineers are waiting for a spare part. Despite all that, the paramedics are still needed at an incident.
It's someone that's fallen 8 foot off a ladder at First Industrial Estate. Do you want to bob round?
Paramedics Paul and Andy are heading into the local market town in the standby response car.
We've been sent on the response car through to an emergency near Topcliffe in an area called Thirsk. 70-odd-year-old male who's fallen off a ladder. He's complaining of some difficulty breathing from possibly some chest injuries.
A local ambulance is on its way too, but Paul and Andy have arrived first at a garage unit on the outskirts of town. Bystanders have been looking after Frank Moan, who was painting the walls.
What's happened?
Right, he's taken a tumble off the ladder.
Okay.
He's slipped down.
Okay.
He's got a bruise on the back of his leg and he's complaining about his chest. Tight.
Okay, how I take you up to there where it's...
See that brown, that line there?
Yeah,
it's just
that's
slightly...
where it's slid down,
so
is it?
He's just come straight down.
My name's Paul, I'm one of the paramedics on the Air Ambulance. Alright, how are you feeling? Just move your hand out away.
Your chest.
Your chest is hurting. Can you remember what's happened? Yeah, so you didn't go dizzy or anything like that? You went, no, so the ladder just slipped. Cracked your chin and stuff in your chest. Yeah? Okay. And he was face down, was he, I take it?
Yeah, he went straight down. That's why
Okay.
his face so hard.
Yeah, no problem.
He's in a lot of pain.
A few simple questions have allowed Paul to rule out a head injury, but Frank can barely speak.
Have you got something just to put under his head? What's under there?
It's just his bag.
Oh, that'll do. Yeah, just...
He needs to keep that with him as well.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Just try and relax that arm for us.
You got a step on the end?
Yeah.
The team fear a major chest injury is causing his breathing difficulties.
Any pain there? Yeah, all over. Okay.
He's obviously had a fall down, probably about 8 foot down to ground. I mean, the mechanism would suggest that he's probably fallen on his left-hand side because he seems to be complaining a lot of pain around his left-hand side of his chest, and it's hurting him when he takes a breath, so he could probably suspect maybe a few rib fractures.
So have a listen to your chest when you take some deep breaths from me, all right? Or as deep as you can.
Frank's a retired cop, doing some decorating as a favour for a friend.
Press on your back, is it? If I press on your back, is there any pain on your back?
Yeah. No, it's all right.
Is it hurting there, is it?
Despite the pain, Frank's worried about his wife's reaction to his accident.
Whereabouts do you live?
In Selby.
In Selby?
Yeah. We don't want us to ring his wife though.
What, any particular reason? Is she going to tell you off?
She'll go crackers.
She'll go crackers, will she? Okay.
I live near her.
He's complaining of numbness on his right arm. His arm wasn't underneath the ladder when it fell, was it?
So he had a paintbrush like that, so I think he's maybe gone like that.
To try and grab, because it's a natural reaction, you need to go like that. I just wonder whether...
Over there, so I didn't see it because of the post.
Right, okay.
He's gone like that.
Okay.
Despite his appeals, Frank's wife has arrived on scene.
Are you his good lady?
I am.
Oh, you're in trouble now, Frank. We'll just get him onto there and you can have a chat to him.
Yeah.
All right, love.
Yeah. Oh dear, so where are you taking him?
Well, Friarage will not take him,
Oh,
so it's probably going to have to be James Cook.
So they're taking you off to hospital, so I'll come through.
No, don't bother, Dick.
Well, I'll come through. I won't rush.
And there's no cure for Frank's latest symptom.
It's a common thing. It's called wife syndrome. you tend to be more concerned about what your wife's going to say rather than what injuries you've got. So yeah, we don't really carry a medication for that, but unfortunately for him, his wife's turned up and not really given too much grief.
Frank is on his way to the regional trauma centre by road.
So, I mean, we're not on the aircraft, otherwise we would have took him on the aircraft because we're still on the car. So you're right to take him up to James Cook.
Happily, Anne has forgiven him already.
Yeah, big clumbersome and accident prone, but a real do-it-yourself man that can't leave anything alone, so yeah. I nearly said to him actually when he set off this morning, don't be going up any ladders. But obviously I didn't get that said to him, so.
The boss is happy, she says, Frank.
Joking aside, Frank's injuries could still be serious.
Cheers, guys, thanks a lot.
X-rays at the hospital in Middlesbrough will reveal the truth.
Go. I'm not going to interfere right now. Let's pop him in the DCA. Yeah. Head towards Leeds.
Sadly, 58-year-old Steve Miller, crushed when his car came off its jack, later died. But his family were grateful that the paramedics and the medical team at the LGI allowed them to say goodbye to him.
This young man said that he wasn't in the vehicle when he crashed. Okay.
I'm going to get you kind of flat and see how you feel once you're flat, all right? Yeah.
Teenage driver Olivia fractured her sternum and suffered whiplash and nerve damage to her knee. She developed PTSD and has been forced to give up her job. Her mum and gran suffered bruising and minor cuts. The teenage passenger in the van was released, but the driver has been charged with driving without due care and attention, failing to stop at the scene of a collision, and being over the limit for drugs while driving.
Can you remember falling then, Can't remember a thing.
Keith, the walker who fell into a moorland stream, needed 8 stitches in his head injury and was kept under observation for concussion.
All right, buddy. Okay. Great. I'm just going to go head first.
Pensioner Penny, badly hurt when she plunged downstairs in her Pennine home, fractured her skull, broke 3 vertebrae and punctured a lung. She spent 6 weeks in hospital, but has now been given a new drug to control her epilepsy.
I don't want to string his wife up.
What, any particular reason? Is she going to tell you off?
She'll go crackers.
She'll go crackers, will she? Okay.
It turned out Frank, who fell from a ladder, had broken his hand, his right knee and his nose. He also cracked 4 ribs.
It's ludicrous, and every doctor I spoke to, lots of them, said, what on earth were you doing up a ladder? And they're right. It was a stupid thing to do, but you do, don't you?
He spent 2 weeks in hospital before going home to his wife, who was just glad he'd survived doing a favour for a friend.
I feel stupid doing it. My daughter Helen, worries 6 she was about it, and the 2 grandchildren, heartbroken. They think you're never going to come out again. And when they saw me covered in bruises and whatever, they started crying. And I was just mucking about all the time. Luckily, all's fine.